Good morning. So we will discuss how to create buyer personas. In last lecture, we have discussed about creating and formulating digital marketing strategies, and one of the main and important part for finalizing a digital marketing strategy, we should know about our buyer personas, and we should create our buyer personas, profiles, and all that is. We will be discussing on today's video about creating creating buyer personas, right? And what are basically the buyer personas? Buyer personas are fictional and generalized representation of your ideal customers. As I have explained in the last video, the last lecture, buyer creation of a buyer persona is fictional and generalized representation of your ideal customer. We are talking about here ideal customer, ideal, and they help you understand your customers better and make it easier for you to tailor content to specific needs, behaviors, and concern of different groups. To tailor content, if we are talking about creating the content for buyer personas for our prospective customers, if we have created our buyer personas, we have defined our buyer personas, we know about our ideal buyer personas, we will be able to create a contextual content for these buyer personas. We will be able to create contextual advertising ad creatives, whether it is image or video, for our buyer personas. We will be able to finalize contextual digital marketing platform methods for promotion for buyer personas, right? The strongest buyer personas are based on market research as well as on insights you gather from your actual customer base. We talked about survey, we talked about talking with existing customers. Talking with existing customers. Depending on your business, you could have as few as one or two personas or as many as 10 or 20 personas. You can have different buyer personas. That depends upon your business, your number of products you are making, right? If you have 10 different products, then you have to define 10 different buyer personas for these 10 different products. If you are providing a single product, then you have to define buyer personas for that single product. That depends upon your company, your product profile, right? And getting the point, that is how many buyer personas you have to define. That again depends upon the number of product range you have, right? And whereas a buyer persona is a representation of an ideal customer, as I said, a negative or exclusionary persona in a representation of who you don't want as a customer. Negative buyer persona that you don't want. We will say negative buyer personas. This could include, for example, professionals who are too advanced for your product or service, students who are only engaging with your content for research, knowledge, or potential customers who are just too expensive to acquire. Because of a low average sale price, their propensity to churn or their unlikeliness to purchase again from your company. Right? So negative buyer personas are there. At the most basic level, personas allow you to personalize or target your marketing for different segments of your audience. So you will be targeting according to your buyer personas, the segments of your buyer personas. Right? For example, instead of sending the same lead nurturing emails to everyone in your database, you can segment by buyer persona and tailor your message according to what you know about those different personas. Tailor messages, customized messages, personalized messages can be sent if you have defined your buyer personas. Right? That is one benefit of defining buyer personas. Buyer personas are created through research, surveys, and interviews of your target audience, your prospective audience, your existing customers, the customers, your happy customers, and the customers who are not satisfied with you. You should interview both type of the customers, even all three types of at least. Customers, those are delighted, those are very, very happy, you have to interview them. Those are very unsatisfied, right? You have to interview them, what are the problems basically they face in the product, and average customers as well. You have to interview to create a ideal buyer persona. That includes a mix of customers, prospects, and those outside of your contract database who might align with your target audience. Right? Here are some practical methods for gathering the information you need to develop personas. Interview customers either in person or over the phone to discover what they like about your product or service. That I said as about interviewing your satisfied customers, your delighted customers. Look through your contacts database to uncover trends about how certain leads or customers find and consume your content. How people are consuming your content. When creating forms to use on your website, use form fields that capture important personal information. Right? If all of your persona vary based on company size, ask each lead for information. Take into consideration your sales team's feedback on the leads they are interacting with most. Right? How easily the sales team is able to convert someone. How they done the sales. What are the main points they know about making of a sales. Right? What customers basically want to listen from your side. What promise or what features customers need to be bought. Right? And persona names. These are the few steps to create buyer personas. Simple, right? Personas may be, if you are creating a buyer persona name may be a simple Sally, and a background. And background in job, career path, family. Had human resource, worked at the same company for 10 years, worked her way up from HR associate, married with 2 children. Right? This is the second point. Background, persona name, demographics. Skews female is this in this range, 12, income is ranges. This identifiers. Right? Calm, demeanor, probably has an assistant screening calls, asked to receive collateral mailed printed. Right? The fifth one is goals, keep employees happy and turnover low, support legal and finance teams. These are the primary goals and secondary goals of your buyer personas. Challenges, what challenges your buyer persona facing, right? Primary challenges and secondary challenges, getting everything done with a small staff, rolling out changes to the entire company. What can we do to help our persona achieve their goals, to help our persona overcome their challenges? What we can do? Make it easy to manage all employee data in one place, right? And integrate with legal and finance team system. That is, you can do for real quotes about goals, challenges, etc. Right? And common objections of your buyer persona we are talking about, that is, and marketing messaging. How should you describe your solution to your persona? Integrated HR database management, right? And elevator pitch, what sell your persona on your solution. We give you an intuitive database that integrates with your existing software, right? And platforms, and lifetime training to help new employees to get up to speed quickly. So that is a company, a software development company which wants to create or define their buyer personas. And of course, as we have seen, the company is developing a software solution related to for the HR professionals, right? The company is providing a HR solution for a solution software solution for HR professionals. The company has defined their buyer persona and a name sample Sally and describe everything about their ideal prospective customer. The buyer persona, defining a buyer persona means making a picture of your ideal customer. So your ideal customer is what they face. Their goals is keep employees happy and turnover low. Support legal and finance teams. So these are two goals, primary and secondary. So the company need in the software to incorporate keep companies happy and turnover low, and second thing is to integrate with legal and financial teams as well, legal and finance teams, and the software should must work with the older version, right? The data can take they can utilize our contact previous customer database, employees database can utilize, right? The goals of our buyer persona is this. The buyer persona, the HR manager is connected with legal as well as finance team, and the HR manager's goal is to keep their employees happy and the turnover should be low. The challenges of our HR manager is getting everything done with his small staff. HR may be 3, 4, 5 staff, and everything should be done accordingly. And rolling out changes to the entire company. The changes, the new things they are introducing, any training, anything, any new concept the HR is going to introduce, that we rolling out on over the company, the whole company. That is one another challenge. And what can we do? What the company is supposed to do and wants to do or wants to achieve. Now, why the HR professional will recommend for purchasing that software, right? Make it easy to manage all employees' data in one place. That is, what can we do? Our software can do our HR software for HR professionals in the company, for HR department. What it can do, it can manage all employee data in one place, integrate with legal and finance team system. As we know from here, it is required that software should integrate to solve the goals, to achieve the goals of our persona, our prospective customer, to achieve the goals of our prospective customer, or to help in achieving goals of our prospective customer. The software should be able to integrate with legal and finance team, right? And it must be able to manage all employee data in one place, right? The next is real quotes. It's been difficult getting company-wide adoption of new technologies in the past. I don't have time to train new employees on a million different databases and platforms. I have had to deal with so many painful integrations with other departments' database and software. About goals, challenges, right? This, when we talk about a software development company, then we listen these quotes from the company we want to work with, the company we are targeting to upgrade their software, right? Common objections: I'm worried I will lose data transitions to a new system. That is objections. For the product your company is selling, targeting, I don't want to have to train the entire company on how to use a new system. This is one. These are the common objections. Why would not they buy your product or service? These are the reasons. Basic two reasons, right? And marketing messaging. What? Integrated HR database management. How should you describe your solution to your persona, right? To your prospective customers? Because he or she is saying that they are not in position to work with new technology or the new platform, and it may be risky that they may lose their data in transition, right? And they don't want to train their employees again on a new system. So integrated HR database management, that is the feature, and sell your persona on your solutions. The elevator pitches: we give you an intuitive database that integrates with your existing software and platform. Right? The new one will integrate with existing software and platforms, and lifetime training to help new employees get up to speed quickly. This is the elevator pitch. Right? So this is about how a software development company creating buyer personas. If anyone is now, if we are talking about the electric cars, like, so they will define who are going to buy these electric cars at the initial phase. The companies has to define the buyer personas according to the segment and the paying capacity required to buy an electric car in the initial stage. They have to define their buyer personas. Their buyer personas challenges, elevator pitch for the product, marketing message for the product, right? So this is all about how we can create buyer persona for our business, and we should create to target better, and we can have multiple buyer personas if we are working with a large company and having multiple products, right? So this is for the day. Thank you very much.